guys, what's up? Killjoy Jake here, and instead of having friends, I have a brand new series on Sci-Fi starring the old original Chucky boy. Today we're going to get into the new details just recently released on the new Chucky Not Child's Play TV series that has just come out. Some new news that we're going to get into in just a second here, but first I'm going to need you guys to like this video and subscribe for all that horror goodness. Now, let's get into it. The originally titled Child's Play TV show, now just called Chucky, has unfortunately been in development for a really long time. Don Mancini just could not get this thing off the ground, but now with the success of the 2019 reboot, it has given this show the extra little push that it needed. There's also a lot of people who are just dying for some more Chucky action, myself included. Thankfully, Sci-Fi has just given this thing the green light, giving us possibly another great horror show. I'm not a huge fan of The Walking Dead or AHS. I'm not a huge fan of those shows, and the one show that I was a huge fan of, Ash vs. the Evil Dead, was canceled after 3 seasons. What are y'all doing over there at Starz? Y'all are making bad decisions. The one weird thing about this show that's still unclear is that apparently it takes place in a small, idyllic American town after a vintage Chucky doll turns up at a suburban yard sale. So from this, I'm assuming they're just gonna completely ignore the events of like Cult of Chucky and Curse of Chucky. Because if you remember, Chucky takes possession of Nika after finally finishing that stupid ritual he's always going on about. I think they might not have wanted to create some weird side plot line where Chucky somehow gets taken out of that body and put back into the doll. And I don't blame him, because honestly that's kind of annoying. I also don't think it's going to be a continuation because that last film was kind of a just open and shut case finishing out the series. It might be somehow kind of a reboot, maybe taking place somewhere in the middle, maybe after the events of Seed of Chucky, because I know Jennifer Tilly is definitely going to be in this series one way or another. It's also been said that enemies and allies from Chucky's past threaten to expose the truth behind the slayings as well as the doll's untold origins. So of course Jennifer Tilly is gonna find a way to sneak herself in here somehow. But maybe Alex Vincent could reprise his role as Little Andy, and maybe we'll have some new characters as well. Maybe we could see some of Charles' old strangling buddies from back in the day who maybe want to help him or get revenge on something that he did in the past that we don't know about quite yet. If there's one thing for certain that I want to see out of a Chucky TV show, it's just I want to see some gory Chucky kills. I love the silliness of the series and I love all the gory kills that come along with it. I think as long as we get that, I don't really care what the plot line's gonna be or what the lore, so to say, of Chucky is. Just so long as we see some epic kills and maybe some silly Chucky doll stuff that happens. Maybe some crazy voodoo stuff and some thunder cracks and all that. Some of that weird shit. I didn't really love the 2019 reboot. It did a lot of things that kind of sucked because it went behind Don Mancini's back in a kind of dark and financial kind of way. I just hope that this new series does take off and is successful. It's created by the original people who made the actual Child's Play. And I know the 2019 movie was it was okay, it was enjoyable, but it was kind of a slap in the face to Don Mancini. So hopefully this series takes off and it gets a couple more seasons than, Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I want to see more shows like this. This is what I want to... We have so many TV shows nowadays that are just so formulaic. AHS being the biggest culprit of a horror TV show that is just the same thing every single time and doesn't really go anywhere. It's not scary. American Horror Story does not scare me one bit. Season 2 was fantastic. Seasons 1, 2, and 3 were all pretty fantastic. But after that, it just turns into the same old stuff. Characters doing stuff that makes no sense. None of the actual scary parts of it being terrifying. It just takes place in a horror movie. It's like a melodrama that takes place in a horror movie and completely ignores that aspect of it. I loved Ash vs. Evil Dead. I think that absolutely captured everything that was great about those first 3 movies. And we revitalized that into a TV show. If this show can do that, then I'm all for it. If they're gonna try and recapture that same thing that was so great about the original, let's say 3 Child's Play movies, then yeah, I'm all for it. I'm excited for it. I just hope that this is a comeback from being put down by this remake that came out. I hope this is this big uppercut punch that's gonna be super cool. Don Mancini putting his all into this series because they kind of got screwed over with that remake. That would be awesome. That's what I'm hoping to see from this. Thank you so much for watching my video on the new Chucky TV series coming out on Sci-Fi. Hopefully sometime soon. It's announced for 2020, so I'm assuming sometime at the end of the the year. I can't believe I didn't put that in the video sooner. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Killjoy Jake. Hit that little red button and you will make my day. Follow me on Twitter at KilljoyJake1, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there, y'all. Woo! Dabs are like so 2014.